Hello everybody and welcome back to Team Vikavolt's YouTube channel. Got a brand new fresh list for all of you today. That's right everybody, you see that big bad Mewtwo EX. Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX there on the opening screen. I do have quite a bit to go through with this list. These are cards that have not hit the West just yet, but if you are somebody who is a more competitive player and you are planning on going to North American International Championships 2025, this set, the Glory of Team Rocket, which will be part of the next set. It'll be a combined thing in the West, but you know, the big standout thing is this mini set that came out in Japan, the Glory of Team Rocket. Really interesting cards in this set, just got revealed today, I believe, give or take, and I have a little list to share with all of you. Like I'm saying, got a lot to go through. Already said that too, so bear with me. Grab a bucket of popcorn or whatever you like to snack on when you're listening to Team Vikavolt's YouTube channel, and let me walk you through Team Rocket's kind of suite of cards that are going to be supporting none other than the big head honcho, not Giovanni, Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. Interesting how they didn't say that this is Giovanni's Mewtwo EX. This is Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, a basic psychic type with 280 HP, and we have been given an English scan of this card because I do believe it is going to be in a promo box when this set finally releases over in the West. Okay, so the ability Power Saver, it's kind of not saving you too much. It says this Pokemon cannot attack unless you have 4 or more Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. I don't know why that's the ability on Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. It's kind of there. I don't think that its singular attack is necessarily busted to where it needs to be held back with Power Saver. But anyway, Erasure Ball, I think it's called Deletion Sphere, literally translated from the Japanese, which I kind of wish they would have kept it as Deletion Sphere. I think that's pretty cool, but anyway, its attack does 160 damage for 2 Psychic Energy and a Colorless Energy. And it says you may discard up to 2 energy from your benched Pokemon. This attack does 60 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. So that is, of course, a total of 160 plus 120 is 280. That is a magic number in the current competitive Pokemon TCG. 280 knocks you out a Raging Bolt without a Bravery Charm attached to it. Knocks you out a Raging Bolt. Knocks you out a number of things. This video is going to be a little bit long, so I won't go, on a list of things that have 280 or less HP, and it even knocks you out another Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, considering it doesn't have any HP modifiers on that card. Its weakness is not to Psychic, it is to Darkness type, and it does have a resistance to Fighting, and it does have a hefty retreat cost of 3 energy, which is pretty pricey for a Mewtwo. Didn't think it was that heavy, but there it is. Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX is going to be the centerpiece of this deck list that we're going to get into, but like I said, there are lots. These are brand new cards, okay? So there's a lot to kind of walk through here. There's a lot of supporting cards, obviously. They're all going to be Team Rocket cards, but so I'll cut out saying Team Rocket's this, Team Rocket's that, Team Rocket's this. I'm just going to call it like, the direct name, so like Spidops. It's a stage 1, 130 HP. It's a grass type. It has an ability Charge Up. Once during your turn, you get to attach a basic energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. And Rocket Rush does 30 damage for each of your Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. So again, we see some damage output on a single prizer for how many Rocket's Pokemon you have in play. A lot of people might be thinking about running this with some kind of Area 0 shenanigans. But it is each of your Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. So if your opponent is also playing Team Rocket, you do not get a damage buff for Team Rocket's Pokemon on your opponent's side of the playing board. Just something to note. But this is essentially going to be your easy way of getting energy onto your bench Pokemon, onto your Spidops, in order to use Mewtwo EX's attack. In addition to Spidops, however, we do have this busted Mimikyu 60 HP, basic Pokemon, single prizer, 1 attack for a psychic and a colorless. Choose an attack on your opponent's active terrestrialized Pokemon and use it as the effect of this attack. This card in and of itself could probably be its own video, but basically you're attacking some of the best attackers in the entire game right now with their own attacks with Team Rocket's Mimikyu. I think it makes Gardevoir pretty interesting, but it is also only a psychic and a colorless, so really you could just splash this into any deck you want and be able to easily combat TERA decks like Charizard and Dragapult and blah 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 blah. So it pretty much goes without saying that Rocket's Mimikyu is really, really good. In addition to that, I want to make sure I didn't skip one. Sorry about that. In addition to that, we do have Team Rocket's Articuno. This is a direct counter to Dragapult EX. Again, Team Rocket Pokemon are going to be legal for NAIC 2025 for the first time, and so that's why this is relevant to bring up. The ability Resistant Veil, prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's attacks done to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. So that means no damage counters from Dragapult on your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. And then 1 attack does 60 damage. If it has a Team Rocket's energy attached, it does plus 60 more damage. But really, you're just here for Team Rocket's Articuno's ability. You're just trying to stop damage counters in the Dragapult matchup, and it's almost exclusively for the Dragapult matchup. Moving on, we have some really powerful supporting trainers in the Rocket sort of suite of cards in this Glory of Team Rocket set. First, we have Team Rocket's Receiver. You can receive things. Search your deck for a supporter card with Rocket in its name, reveal it and put it in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So you get to search out supporters. Pretty straightforward. It is an item card, so you could use this pretty easily. And that's pretty much all it does. It gets your supporter cards. And then we have the supporter cards. We have Ariana, not Grande, Ariana of Team Rocket. You draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If all your Pokemon are Rocket Pokemon in play, you get to draw till you have 8 cards in your hand instead. So really nice draw support there. We do also have Archer. You can play this card only if one of your Team Rocket's Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. Then you draw 5 cards and they draw 3 cards. It's kind of like Roxanne, but it's like instead of Roxanne, it's like Roxanne, like Team Rocket, like a CK instead of an X. And it's just nice hand disruption as well as pretty good shuffle and draw without it being an Iono. You do also have Giovanni. Switch your active Rockets Pokemon with one of your benched Team Rockets Pokemon. It does specify that they have to be Team Rockets Pokemon. And if you do, you get to switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. This may remind some veteran players of Guzma. It's kind of like Guzma, but with, some added stipulations that they have to be Team Rockets Pokemon. But it is really good gust and switch, especially since your main attacker in this particular deck list is going to be Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, which has as we talked about, retreat cost of 3. So this is just a great way to gust and switch into like another Mewtwo and then attack and take prizes and feel cool because you're playing Team Rocket's Pokemon. Proton, who I don't know who this is actually. I've played the video games and I don't know who Proton is. So if you know who Proton is, please tell me because I have no idea who this is. But if you go first, you can use this card during your first turn. So you get to break the supporter rules and you get to search your deck for up to 3 basic Team Rockets Pokemon, reveal them and put them into your hand and then shuffle your deck. So in this deck list, you're probably going to go for whatever evolves into Spidops. I forget its name, Torrentula or something like that. You could probably go for like 2 of those and then also a Mewtwo EX and slap them on the bench and, get up and rolling on your first turn of the game. Pretty strong. We've seen similar effects as this on previous cards, such as, but not limited to, Buddy Poffin in the standard format. But we've also had, of course, Battle VIP Pass. We had, what is it? Bridget was a really powerful card back in the black and white era. and so on and so forth. I said I wouldn't ramble too much about, how these cards are successors to old cards. And then we have Amazon. I mean, Team Rocket's factory. It's a stadium, which is pretty interesting. I don't think I've personally ever seen a stadium with this type of an effect. Once during either player's turn, when that player plays a supporter with Team Rocket in its name from their hand, they get to draw 2 cards. So like you get a supporter card, and then you get to draw 2 cards. So like let's say you play the Ariana, and you get to draw 8 cards, but you have Team Rocket's factory in play. So then you get to draw plus 2 cards. You get to draw 10, or into 10, up to 10, in your hand cards. So not bad. Definitely going to be subscribing to Team Rocket's Prime. And then, of course, we have the thing that ties it all together, that fuels the whole engine, Team Rocket's energy. Rocket fuel, if you will. This card can only be attached to Team Rocket's Pokemon. If it's attached to anything other than a Team Rocket's Pokemon, you have to discard the card immediately. As long as the card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides 2 in any combination of Psychic and Dark Energy. This is obviously going to be fueling your attacks with Mewtwo EX and other attackers of your choosing, if you are so inclined to play the Team Rocket's deck. And here's the list, the thing that you were waiting for. This is a preliminary list, okay? If you're somebody who skips straight to the end of the video just to get the list, then, I totally get it. But if you're somebody who's actually listening, then you get the benefit of the extrapolation upon the list. So this list is coming from the X/Twitter user Osakana Pokeka. They kind of in the comments to this posting, they said that this is a very slapped together list. It's not sloppy, but it's kind of like one of their first ideas for a Mewtwo EX build. This is what it would look like. This is what they would include. They also said that they kind of wish that there were better ways to turn off Mewtwo EX's ability to be able to just attack with it instead of have to have the appropriate number of Rocket's Pokemon in play to be able to even attack with the Mewtwo EX. They said they really, really wish there was better ability lock in the format, or even with the release of this set. I think it's really impressive how they have every card already. That's pretty cool. And they also mentioned that in addition to wishing that there was better ability cancellation, they kind of slapped this together, I guess is pretty much what they said. They said that that this is just a first take, but it's pretty close to what they would probably play to a tournament. And so this is kind of a first iteration of Rocket's Mewtwo EX as a deck archetype. I don't know if it's any good because obviously the thing just came out. It hasn't really undergone too many major tests, especially in the competitive sphere. The first time this is going to be legal in the West is NAIC 2025. And so we're going to have to see if this really holds up just with my own competitive player eyes. This looks like it's a okay deck, but I don't know if it looks like it's oh, this is the next best thing. It is an answer, however, to Dragapult EX with Articuno. I think that goes a really long way. And actually the Osakana Pokeka actually did say that it has a pretty good Dragapult EX matchup in the testing that they have done with this list. And I really like the inclusion of Maximum Belt to be able to hit 330 damage against EXs with Mewtwo EX. That's pretty huge as well. So it hits really good numbers. It's pretty straightforward. It looks pretty consistent. And it looks like it's really not that hard to build, aside from, the Rocket's trainers and the Rocket's energy and the Rocket's Pokemon, which I guess is 2/3 of the deck, right? I still think that most of the engine of this deck is pretty straightforward and probably going to be pretty easy to pull from at least the Glory of Team Rocket set. But when it comes over in the West, it's going to be this huge muddled together set with a billion gajillion cards. So it may be pretty difficult for everybody to get their hands on all the cards that they need in order to create this type of a deck list right before NAIC 2025. But who knows? You know, I'm sure that I'm positive that there's like a gajillion people that are just gonna have this day one because money is of no importance. You know, it is of no, what do they say? It's no object. Money is no object. And so they just like, here, take my money, Team Rocket. And Team Rocket's like, gladly, here, have some cardboard. And this is what it looks like. So I think I've left the list on the screen pretty much long enough. Let me know what you think about the list. And sub for the glory of Team Vikavolt. Do all the YouTubey things. I appreciate everybody for hanging in there, for subbing to the channel, all the new subbers. Thank you so much for being here. All the people who've been here the whole time. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad that you're enjoying the list videos. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, a lot of questions. And that's all really, really cool. You know, I like interacting with people in the comments and kind of, you know, picking apart lists and benefiting from each other's experience and knowledge of the card game. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So thank you everybody for tuning in yet again to another video and making it to the end of the video. You're an awesome person, if indeed you did. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you all in the next upload. Bye-bye.